What's new? After being on the market for 2 years in its current generation, the Toyota Fortuner has been given a mild update this month. But the changes don't come in the form of a facelift or an engine change. The highlight of the update is the availability of a 4x4 drive system for the 150 horsepower per 400 Nm 2.4-liter diesel version. All four driven wheels were previously the reserve of the 177 horsepower per 450 Nm 2.8-liter sibling. When spec'd similarly in V-trim, the new 2.4 is 150,000 baht cheaper, at 1.499 million baht, than the 2.8. This may instantly sound great if your accountant limits your go-anywhere mid-size SUV budget to no more than 1.5 million baht. Oh, and one more thing. Toyota has finally joined the modern automotive world by becoming the last maker of pickup-based SUVs in Thailand to make all-round disc brakes as standard across the Fortuner model range. Previously, the rear axle featured the drum type, which Toyota once proclaimed as sufficient. What's cool? Giving buyers a wider choice of models to choose from is always a good thing. So, if the price tag of 1.499 million baht and 150k saving it has over the 2.8 is of significance for you, the 2.4 is quite a decent choice. Of course, it may lack the top-end punch of the 2.8, but the 2.4 performs adequately at real-world speeds. And when you consider the kinds of speeds you would be able to do in the rough, the 2.4 suffices. Although the brand's so-called Sigma 4 Albanian mixed-wheel drive is nothing of a technological tour de force, it works just fine when switching from 2 to 4-wheel drive. The low-range gears also offer the usual levels of urge needed for crawling in the jungle. Thai buyers usually like their cars to come with the latest in tech. But the simple truth about having all-round disc brakes is that braking performance feels more superior when decelerating hard from high speeds. What's not? It would have been nice if Toyota had offered cheaper grades for the Fortuner 2.44x4 other than the V-trim, because what we're talking about here is a lower price point for off-road needs. Glance around in the pickup-based SUV market, see sidebar, and note that this particularly Toyota still isn't the cheapest around. Worse, it has the most inferior engine in terms of power, if that really concerns you. Drivers needing more oomph should always be more content with either the 2.8 or the rest of the 4x4 competition. Buy or buy? For clients really needing a go-anywhere Fortuner, it isn't really necessary to go for the 2.8 because the 2.4 performs sufficiently, especially when it's time to off-road. And that's not to mention its added engine refinement and marginally superior fuel economy, both because of a generally smaller displacement. Many Thai car buyers believe that when you want the most in anything, it's best to go for the best. And sure, 150,000 baht may not actually be that critical in a 1.5 million baht SUV. Most importantly, the 2.8 gives added punch for more driving confidence out of the city, an area where recreational pursuers are mostly likely to take their 4x4s before heading for the grid. In the end, had the 2.4 been offered with a lower grade and price, we probably wouldn't give the thumbs up to the 2.8. The new Toyota Supra has been in the rumor mill for roughly 4 years now, and so far, so much about the car remains unknown. While a rumored test vehicle has been spotted multiple times, the actual specs of the highly anticipated performance car are still up for speculation. That is, of course, until a fresh batch of rumors emerged earlier this month. These latest Toyota Supra rumors come from a dedicated forum for Toyota enthusiasts. Citing a conversation with an alleged Toyota representative who was heavily involved in the development of the 200 series Land Cruiser, a member of the online community outlined the first few specs and features of the upcoming performance car. While most of the content in the alleged Toyota rep statement featured details about the Japanese carmaker's Land Cruiser, some details about the Supra were also revealed. Among these details are the vehicle's possible release date, its engine, and most of all, its transmission. As stated in a car advice report, the alleged Toyota employee said that the Japanese carmaker would likely release the new Toyota Supra sometime around 2019, which is roughly 2 years from now. The vehicle would also likely be equipped with a 3.5-liter turbo V6 engine that produces around 400 horsepower. Most interestingly, the performance car would also be rolled out with a manual gearbox, which would most likely satisfy the cravings of the iconic brand's most ardent fans. Echoing previous rumors, however, the Toyota rep also allegedly mentioned that the new Supra would be offered with a hybrid option. The hybrid version would likely have roughly the same power and performance as its non-hybrid sibling. While the accuracy of these latest rumors could not be confirmed, some of the new information has managed to excite and disappoint classic Supra fans online. Many, for one, welcome the addition of a manual gearbox for the upcoming performance car, since the configuration would give drivers more control over their driving. With a manual transmission, the new Toyota Supra would likely tickle the nostalgia of the brand's supporters. However, several aspects of the new rumors did not sit well with fans. Some, for one, believe that the new Toyota Supra would likely be better off with an inline-6 engine instead of a V6. Inline-6 engines, after all, are generally more well-balanced than traditional turbo V6 units. If these new rumors do turn out to be true, it would only be a matter of time before the Supra brand resurrects itself as one of the most respected names in the automotive industry. Being unveiled entirely on September 6, 2017, in Japan, the new Nissan Leaf is ripe with Nissan's most advanced technologies. Nissan is pitching that its redesigned next-generation Leaf promises to amaze your senses while raising the bar for the electric vehicle market. I think the Leaf set a fine standard for years. I'd be hesitant to replace the 2015 version I drive, so the next version must be incredible. As you can see, amazing is the term Nissan is tied to the new Leaf. It's a significant step beyond the first-generation Leaf's marketing, which was focused on being green and not using gas. The company has clearly shifted to an approach that brands the Leaf as high-tech, amazing, and peaceful to drive. Absolutely, the 100% electric car, with its zero tailpipe emissions, offers an effortless, quiet, agile, and most definitely refreshing experience while driving. This is something everyone can understand and will quickly notice in the car. But peaceful perhaps doesn't attract as many humans as amazing, even if it means more in day-to-day life. The new Nissan Leaf, an icon of Nissan Intelligent Mobility, sports all of the available Nissan Intelligent Mobility technologies. Drivers will become even more confident with enhanced vision and can better sense what is around the car. Nissan keeps tantalizing EV lovers with glimpses of the latest version of the well-loved Nissan Leaf. An earlier Clean Technica report on the specs for the 2018 Leaf indicates the car will maintain its competitive pricing despite the much better tech. The new Nissan Leaf will come with e-pedal, a further improvement in regenerative braking. It is one of the amazing technologies from the Japanese firm. In actuality, e-pedal further enables one-pedal driving, one of the benefits of electric cars that drivers quickly learn to love. Nissan established itself as a pioneer in the EV movement by launching the Leaf, the world's first mass-market electric vehicle. Today, the Nissan Leaf is the world's best-selling electric vehicle with more than 280,000 units sold. The world premiere for the new Nissan Leaf will take place on September 6, 2017, in Japan, and we will be bringing the unveiling to you live online. Subscribe to Nissan's global YouTube account or follow us at @Nissan Motor. Meanwhile, Nissan Leaf sales keep going and going and going, in the US, the UK, and elsewhere. I think for many like myself, the Leaf will be my next car if not the Tesla Model 3. Nothing else compares in value and appeal for many of us. Nissan Leaf 2018 is just a few weeks away from being revealed. Ahead of its September 6 debut, there has been a lot of anticipation about the new EV. There is more pressure on Nissan to deliver with the new Leaf after the successful and much hyped release of the new Tesla Model 3, which arrived last month. In the latest teaser for the car, Nissan revealed a new zero-emissions badge, a glimmer of the rear exterior and the rear light design. Nissan has claimed that the new Leaf will be packed with their most advanced technologies and will raise the bar for the electric vehicle market. The zero-emissions vehicle has been the most popular EV in the UK for a number of years, but with advancements in the market segment and more competition, the new car needs to deliver on more than stellar technology. Range anxiety is still the biggest problem for many would-be EV drivers, as they don't believe that an electric car can support their lifestyle. Previous generation Leafs have not breached the 200-mile range, and with the 24 kilowatts battery achieving a theoretical range of 124 miles of charge, and the 30 kilowatts delivers 155 miles. With the Model 3 producing around 220 miles with its standard battery and 310 miles with the long-range battery pack, then Nissan will need to produce a car with range closer to the 200 mark to compete. In addition to this, with the lower price point, they will be aiming to draw some potential customers away from Tesla. From initial reports about the car's specs and leaked pictures, we know that the X sports a more conventional exterior design. It looks heavily influenced by the new Nissan Micra, which was unveiled earlier this year. Nissan has said that the car is lower to the ground, which allows zero lift in better stability when traveling at higher speeds. With the exterior having such drastic redesign, we imagine that it will be a similar story inside the vehicle, although no images have yet been released of the car's interior. Leaf will come with Pro Pilot when it debuts, which allows for autonomous driving capabilities such as parking itself, control the braking, steering and acceleration. One of the most unique features of the new car has to be the new e-pedal technology. This turns the accelerator into an e-pedal, which allows drivers to accelerate, decelerate and stop with just the one pedal. Nissan has said that the e-pedal will be suitable for 90% of the driver's needs and will make driving simpler and more engaging. Leaked specs earlier this month by Autobiddle revealed the 2018 would come with a base 40 kWh battery pack for around 165 miles of range. There are rumors that there will be a higher capacity 60 kilowatts battery which can produce over 200 miles of range, but there has been no official confirmations about the vehicle's range. The new Leaf 2018 will debut on September 6th and the event will be live-streamed online.